Good evening and welcome to Metro Focus. I'm Rafael P. Roman. It was to be perhaps the greatest planned disruption to New York City public transportation in history. The decision in 2016 to completely shut down the L train for 15 months to repair tunnel damage caused by Hurricane Sandy sent hundreds of thousands of commuters into a prolonged panic. And for 3 years, as the looming L-pocalypse grew closer, Brooklyn and Manhattan residents who relied on the L train to get around the city were forced to rethink their commutes and even their lives. Many decided to move rather than stick around, and not a few business owners either closed or contemplated closing shop rather than take the financial risk. The initial anger over the project was followed by resignation. This, we were all told, was the way it had to be. And then just like that, 3 short months before work was about to begin, the L-pocalypse was no more. In a dramatic turn of events fitting of a Hollywood movie, Governor Cuomo announced that a complete shutdown would not be necessary after all. What we got instead was an L train slowdown, which by most accounts has gone largely without a hitch and is even expected to finish 3 months ahead of schedule. So what's the real story behind the L train shutdown? What happened behind the scenes? And what impact did it have on the thousands of people who were left in limbo for 3 years? That's the subject of an upcoming documentary by a New York filmmaker who has been documenting the saga since it was first announced back in 2016. The film, still in production, is called End of the Line. Here's a look.
We're telling people up front, this is a very big deal. The sheer magnitude of the L train shutdown is being acknowledged. This is unprecedented.
No one understands how bad this is going to be when it happens.
It's like your only bridge to the mainland got cut.
This line was really damaged by Sandy. There was real work that has to be done. It's not going to be quick. It's going to take 15 months.
It's a disaster for moms taking their kids to school, for commuters trying to get to work.
I don't know if they're concerned about families.
The businesses in this community, the residents of this community, are all hanging in the balance.
Shut down the shutdown!
Shut down the shutdown! How dare you do this to us? We are people!
We have to do this work.
We have to bite the bullet.
It's something we have to do.
We don't have a choice.
That tunnel has to close.
I, Andrew Mark Cuomo, will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Governor of the great state of New York, so help me God. I asked a panel of the best experts we could find to come look at the L train situation. Long story short, it would not be necessary to close the tunnel at all.
They convinced us that this was absolutely essential. 100 days before they planned to begin the work, they're telling us it's not necessary.
We've given you years. Now it's become a public trust issue.
This is just another complete disaster.
Everybody ready?
We are not empty suits. The current state of decline is wholly unacceptable. The L train is a perfect example.
The L train issue goes to the heart of all the problems.
You have aging infrastructure, lack of maintenance, the rising specter of climate change, and political tensions over who's responsible for fixing it, who's responsible for paying for it.
Our strap hangers want the problem solved right now.
The New York City subway system is an achievement, but its decline is very much a symptom of where we got as a society and as a country.
Emmett Adler is the director of End of the Line, and he joins us now. Emmett, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Emmett, as I said in the introduction and as we just saw, for 3 years we were told that this is the way it had to be. There was no alternative. In fact, on December of 2018, Governor Cuomo said after a tour of the tunnel, yeah, we're going to have to close it down for 15 months. A few weeks later, he came up with that announcement. No, we don't need to do it. What the heck happened?
So what he said happened is that these academic experts that he had brought into the tunnel that night in December must have come back to him and said, you know what? Actually, this original plan isn't entirely necessary. We can skirt this great disaster of shutting it down for 15 months by just hanging the cables on the wall and going about our business.
Probably no one spoke to more people who were going to be directly affected who were directly affected by the planned shutdown than who would be after the shutdown than you were, because you started making your film in 2016. The first iteration of the film was essentially about how it would affect, the shutdown would affect people. How did that affect people, residents, business people, and how did they react to this turn of events?
So, I mean, I think there was, to some degree, some celebration that this terrible, sort of disaster wasn't going to be visited on the community. It could have been devastating. 15 months, no train. Everyone in New York understands what the subway means to a bodega on the corner right by the station where people aren't going to go out of their way to go there. It's a convenience store. So,
or a fancy restaurant in Williamsburg who depends on not only customers from Manhattan, but workers from Manhattan.
Yeah, basically you had sky-high rents hitting a brick wall of transit devastation in the form of this tunnel shutdown. So, yeah, there was some happiness. There was also, I think, a certain degree of trauma. We followed activists, business leaders, and politicians who were also fighting for those years to mitigate the situation, to come up with alternatives, bus lanes and different bike lanes and things like that. And for them, they had basically just wasted a lot of time. If you were on the front lines of understanding the details of this situation, it created a certain sense of distrust that they had come and they had said this absolutely needs to happen, and then it didn't. And there were also concerns about, is this a Band-Aid or is this going to be a long-term fix like the original plan? And that sort of remains to be seen.
But it also affected you personally very much. First of all, because you lived there. Yeah. But secondly, because you were making this film about the shutdown. Yeah. In fact, as I told you earlier, when I heard the governor make his announcement, you were the first person I thought of, because we talked in the summer of 2018, and I said, oh my goodness, what's Emma going to do with this film? Did it ever cross your mind to think, well, 3 years down the drain?
Yeah, definitely. When the governor interfered, we were in shock, just like the rest of the community. And to some degree, it led to some soul searching. We were like, what have we been doing for these last couple of years? We basically covered this big nothing, or this big sort of snafu. And, it definitely took us some time to change course. I don't know if I'd tie my work to public works projects in the future. And it's sort of, a lot of people who questioned me about the film as I was making it, they asked, what if this doesn't happen? And I was like, having covered it from day to day, I was like, first of all, it's not going to not happen. And second of all, if it doesn't happen, that's going to be an even more interesting story. And it kind of did turn out to be one.
So you changed the focus of the film. Yeah. What's the focus now? First of all, how much of the original footage did you have to discard? And tell us what the focus of the film is now.
Well, we originally set out to tell this story that was sort of the before and after of the L train shutdown, preparation meets, reality. Now we have a three-part story. Okay, so it starts with the L train shutdown, which is sort of this potential worst-case scenario local disaster. Then, it sort of spins up into the New York subway crisis, which all unfolded in the midst of this, with
the Summer of Hell in 2017.
Summer of Hell, 2017. Governor proclaims a state of emergency. New York City subway hits rock bottom in January 2018 with the lowest on-time rate of any major rapid transit system worldwide. And then from there we say, well, look, the New York subway is basically America's greatest transit infrastructure asset, and look at the shape it's in. And this really connects to a nationwide crisis that's underway right now, where America's fallen behind international standards. The metrics show it that, they have trains in Japan that go 50 miles per hour faster than anything we have in America, at least. We don't have the bullet train. It was supposed to happen in California. It basically ran out of money. Public transit systems in Washington and Boston are struggling similarly. Those are some of the biggest ones in the country. In Nashville, you have basically auto and fuel lobbyists who just want to see more cars on the road. Came out and they suppressed a public transit project that was supposed to happen, and they got it voted down. And so
you think that's those lobbyists, the road and fuel lobbyists, are responsible for a lot of this?
I don't know about if that's the case in New York, but there is definitely a movement nationally that is interested in suppressing public development and mass transit, not because there's some smarter way, but just because they want more cars on the road. And, you know, it's all part of a big transit puzzle.
We're here in New York, and even the trailer, just the trailer, kind of directs you to that, makes you see that, which is that the problem has been, as you put it in a piece you wrote, and as the New York Times exhaustive expose of the subway system also indicated, a number of factors. You know, decades of diverted funds, deferred maintenance, lack of accountability, exorbitant management and labor costs, and inefficient work rules got us to the summer of hell in 2017 and to where we are now. Does your film go into how this can be transcended, how those problems can be transcended?
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, our job as the independent media is to shine a light on this, to bring this to the public in a digestible, cinematic, even entertaining format where they can really see what the problem is and then hopefully draw out their support, push it into the national dialogue so that these things don't happen in the dark. And we can create the public will to create change.
So when is your film now scheduled to come out?
So we are planning to release it in early 2021. Right now we are running a Kickstarter campaign that is currently live. We're raising money because, you know, for 3 years, we as independent filmmakers have funded this on our own dime, and now we're looking to the public to come out and support us, you know.
So are you confident you're going to be able to finish this film without another U-turn in the future?
I hope so. I'm definitely ready for whatever surprises may come.
All right. Well, Emmett, thank you so much for joining us once again. It's a fascinating film.
Thank you.